Hello and welcome. I am Exit Light, and this is my podcast. Today I have with me my partner in crime, Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Tracy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Well, today, Rob, I we had a topic we were going to discuss, and I sprung it on you literally last minute that I've changed it. So you're going to just be as surprised as everybody else.
Yep. Nothing new there, then.
That's probably true. Okay, so what I want to talk about is the horror films coming out this year and what we are looking forward to and what we're not looking forward to and talk about them a little bit. Is that all right with you?
It is, yeah. This is going to be interesting because Tracy's absolutely scared to death of horror films.
Yeah, I'm not going to see any of them, so you'll have to tell me how it is. But I have to tell you that the other day we were sitting here. We have moved from place A to place B.
Yay!
Yay! And that's a good thing. And we were sitting here and we wanted to watch a movie, and I said, let's watch something scary. And then I made the worst choice possible. I watched on Netflix, it's called The Black Coat's Daughter. And if any of you ever watched Mad Men, it is starring the girl who plays Sally in Mad Men. And uh, it was horrible. It wasn't scary. It had the potential to be scary. It was like a private school alone during the winter at night, and had the potential to be really scary. It was confusing, for one thing. Two different timelines might have been happening at the same time. We weren't sure. Or the past and the present, might have been going back and forth. We don't know. But it was horrible. So I don't get to pick the scary movies anymore, that's for sure. So just so you know, Rob, skip it.
Yeah, it rings a bell actually.
I think Netflix just put it on within the
Right.
last couple of weeks. And the weird thing
See,
is it has nothing to do with the black coat.
yeah, I mean, I like the horror films that are like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and things like that. I don't consider them to be horror movies or scary movies. They're just gore
Mm-hmm.
slashers type movies. I tend to stay away from them now because
Mm.
there's only so many ways you can cut a body up or
Yeah.
stab someone or um, I tend not to go with them anymore. I like a good what's the series that we both liked about the ghosts, about the family, the the go the haunting of something and something. Do you remember? It was a few months ago now. We both watched the series,
Oh, yeah.
The Haunting of something house,
Oh, The Haunting of Hill House.
Hill House. Now that to me was a, ho-
Yes.
the scare. That was a horror movie, scary. Had a good story. You
Yes.
know, you could watch it again once you knew it. You could watch it
Yes.
again. That to me was brilliantly done.
Here's my good mother. Here's my Mother of the Year award. Are you ready?
Go on then.
So, my children have been homeschooled, not because I'm anti government or I think I'm brilliant, but because of the fact that my husband traveled. And one of the books I picked out for my youngest son to read for school was The Haunting of Hill House, but we didn't read it. We did it on Audible, and Alexa read it to us, and yeah, it was scary. I was sitting there thinking, what was I thinking exactly? This is scary. Yeah, so by the time the series came out, we were like, oh, this is scary. And there's the movie called The Haunting is on Netflix, and that is also about Hill House. It actually is about the book. It stays true to the book.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so watch that.
I might have to get my Netflix back.
Yeah, yeah. But don't watch The Black Coat's Daughter because oh my god. My husband fell asleep. Halfway through it, I said, "Anybody want to watch Annabelle?" Uh,
I love that movie.
I've never seen it, but I agree. I like psychologically scary movies. I like the thing that goes bump and you can't see it, except for the Blair Witch Project, because
Oh yeah,
we both agree on that.
that's scary in a whole different way.
Yeah, it is scary that I lost 2 hours of my life. So I like psychologically scary that it's out there, it's there. There's something in the feeling. I love that. I love that. I don't and I won't watch slasher movies. And I grew up and had watched all the Halloween movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
And but then they changed. They changed to like Saw. I actually liked the first Saw because I thought it was psychologically scary. The concept of
done it again, Trace.
You did too?
I was just gonna say, so the first one was brilliant, but there's only so many ways you can kill people.
Yes. The concept of the first one I thought was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it could. I mean, it wouldn't. It could, but it was possible. There was a possibility of that something like that happening, and the fact that somebody thought of it, even just to make the movie, means it's possible, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I like that. But after that, I was just like, I don't like gore for gore's sake.
And that's all it was.
Yeah, I don't like that. A lot of people do. I just, I want a good jump scare.
Yeah, I do as well.
Okay, so here we go. Starting off with 2019, Annabelle 3 is coming. It's going to come out in July. And this is what it's going to be about. Spun off from The Conjuring, Annabelle, and Annabelle Creation. They made a lot of money, so why not keep going with that? Totally agree with you. Annabelle 3 has what may be the scariest premise of the franchise so far, and it is this. The doll possessed, it's Ed and Lorraine Warren's. Okay, it possesses Ed and Lorraine Warren's young daughter, and I don't mean the one they kept as a sex slave. They're actually. Sorry, I just can't. I mean their actual daughter. So it possesses her, and also it brings the other haunted items in the Warrens' artifact room to life. So I actually think that'd be scary.
So it's a bit like an X-rated Toy Story.
Yes.
Like Buzz Lightyear, but
I don't know about X-rated, but at least
you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's showing my age, because when anything was like, well, in this country, if anything was for adults only, I don't mean like a pornographic type film. but it used to be like X. You couldn't go and see it because it was for
Oh.
grown-ups only. Like scary.
Oh.
Like when Jaws first came out in the cinemas, it was an X.
Oh. Well, not here. That's a whole different other kind of movie.
That's what. Yeah. That's. Yeah. But we.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and yeah. Annabelle the doll would have a whole different role. So it's just okay. Anyway, hey, on a totally different topic. Um, can I mention really quick that when I moved, I bought a cow, not a real cow, but I know. Here you go, Rob. But this small little cow that you can, it's like a footrest, and you can store things in it, and you can sit on it. And I adore him. I'm looking at him right now, and his name is Brisket. So I think he's going to be the mascot for this channel. Old Brisket over there. Sorry, I just had to veer off for a half a minute. All right. The Boy, Part 2. In 2016, The Boy was released, and I remember it was about a woman who thought she was being hired to be a nanny, but it turns out she was being hired to tend to
Yeah.
this life-size boy doll thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it didn't make a ton of money, but it did make worldwide $64 million. So that, I guess that means bring it on. Let's have a part two. And Katie Holmes, do you know who Katie Holmes is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has signed on to star in the movie. So I think that'll bring a lot more people to see it because it kind of adds some legitimacy to it. I guess I don't, you know what I mean? Like
Are you talking about Katie Holmes, the one who was married to Tom Cruise?
she was, yes.
Right.
That was her own horror story right there.
Oh dear me.
Yeah, so we could see it by the end of 2019 if they hurry up with production.
See, I hope they've done like they. I was talking about Annabelle. I
Mm-hmm.
hope they, because I think sometimes when they make a sequel, they just make a sequel and it's doesn't follow any sort of pattern.
Mm-hmm.
You can with Annabelle you can sort of see they've sown the seed, so to speak, of the the daughter getting possessed because
Yes, they have.
she went into the museum and
Yeah.
there was an incident with a doll. That for me, it makes you wonder if they when they wrote the screenplay, did they write a really long screenplay and they have took sections of the screenplay and made the first Annabelle and then the second Annabelle and now the third Annabelle because I know they do that
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sure they did it like when they come home, the Warrens come home and the daughter's in the goes down into the room
museum.
with the doll. Yeah. I'm sure that set was setting it up for future stories. But the thing I don't like is The Conjuring is supposed to be true. The actual original Annabelle doll was actually a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah,
They've just changed her to look creepy. And those were based on true stories,
yeah,
supposedly. And then when they start getting deeper and deeper into sequels, then it's not in true stories anymore. And then I kind of like, it's not as
yeah.
scary for me.
No, I'm the
So I hope they
same.
do it right.
Yeah, I'll do as well.
One of my favorite movies is The Conjuring because, well, first off, it's not gory for gory's sake. It is psychological and it was supposed to be true. And
Yeah,
I like that. And also, the entity, of course, everybody knows by now that I love that. And I like that kind of stuff that's supposed to be based in reality.
that is scary.
Yeah. Okay, so this came out in April, this next one, and it is The Curse of La Llorona. And that was a witch that Jory talked about last year sometime when we talked about famous witches. And La Llorona is the the um, the Hispanic witch. And so this says, you probably don't know the name Michael Chavez yet, but there's every indication that you will. James Wan personally hired him to direct The Conjuring 3 after being impressed by his short film, The Maiden. Wait, is The Conjuring 3 is not out yet, right?
No, it's not out yet, no.
Okay. Before that sequel is released, audiences will get to see Chavez's work with his feature debut film, The Curse of La Llorona. And I mean, the story behind her is um, pretty interesting. And this says that Linda Cardinelli stars in the movie, which is about a social worker whose family becomes ensnared in the supernatural after an encounter with a troubled mother. Apparently, Juan thinks that Chavez has the goods as a horror director, so we'll see. But I mean, she does wander up and down the rivers, right? Looking for her drowned child.
Ah.
If I remember that history. And she's supposed to be a witch. So I didn't even know it was out. So I feel like it wasn't released in the city I lived in at the time. Where I live now, it would for sure be released. It's much larger, but
Well, I'm gonna the sort of the next sort of big horror film that comes out. I'm gonna actually go to the cinema.
okay.
I've never seen a scary film in the cinema.
No.
I've always seen them on video or DVD or stream them. I
Really?
really want to go and see a scary film in the cinema.
Oh yeah. Do that because okay, for instance, when there's a jump scare that you're at home and it's a jump scare, and your body reacts. When you're in a theater and some woman screams, and your body like really reacts, and it's a whole different experience. I really like
Yeah.
that. Do you know this is odd? Do you know what movie I took my kids to see in a movie theater just for the I don't know, experience of it?
The Exorcist.
Yes, the X-rated version. Yeah. No, The Wizard of Oz.
Oh God.
The Wizard of Oz. And I had never, obviously, I mean, obviously, I'd never seen it in a theater. I'm not that that old, but I thought it was magical to see it in a theater.
Yeah, a film like that, I can probably, yeah, can imagine that it would be pretty spectacular. Spectacular.
Mhm. Yeah,
So, did they enjoy it?
they loved it. Yeah, I loved it, and I love it anyway. But you should go, Rob, because you've never even seen it, and that's sad.
I don't think I'll be going to watch The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, Rob. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
This is possibly coming out. We don't know if it's coming out for sure this year or at the beginning of next. But it's called Three from Hell, and it
Right.
is part two of The Devil's Rejects.
Oh no. Right.
So it says that movie ends somewhat ambiguously, with the audience not entirely sure whether the three main characters have survived. Plot twist. They did. And well, do you know that the woman who stars in this is Rob Zombie's wife.
I was just going to say that.
She changed. I don't know what her real name is, but her name now is Sherry Moon Zombie.
She never gets any older, this woman.
No. Well, she drinks his blood.
Well, that's what it is then.
I mean, I'm sure he's got a shit ton of stuff in there. Probably bubbles when it comes out.
Is it all? Have you ever seen them pour a pint of beer when they put in the glass and pour it? You used to work behind the bar, didn't you?
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they draw his blood.
It probably is. An interesting part of this is that Clint Howard, who is Ron Howard's, you know Ron Howard, right?
Yep.
He's Ron Howard's brother, and Ron always puts Clint in his movies, but he's going to be in this movie as a character named Mr. Baggy Britches. Ooh, frightening. I don't know. I don't know. I might go see it just for that.
I mean, I'm no Brad Pitt, but he is one ugly little bugger.
Yeah, Ron got the better end of that stick. That gene pool got pretty shallow when it went over to Clint.
Yeah.
That's, Okay. And this movie, I think, came out in April already, but Pet Sematary 2.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this. It looks really good.
Does it? See,
yeah.
I take personal offense when movies are remade. You know, I don't like. Okay, so they remade. Oh my God, what was the movie with
Poltergeist?
No, it's not scary at all. It's got hold on, let me take a deep breath. Calm myself down. It has Joshua. Come on, who's the actor who's like come back into being famous right now for some reason? Yeah, Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Point Break. They remade Point Break. Why?
Right.
And it was terrible. Point Break was Point Break. Why do you need to remake it? And they remade Red Dawn. Why do you have to make that? Another Patrick Swayze movie. If it's good the way it is, leave it there. So I didn't like the original Pet Sematary. I like Stephen King books, but I don't like Stephen King movies. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can get where you're coming from there.
I think maybe it's because I have a certain way of seeing. You know, when you read a book, you put your own movie on, right?
Yeah.
And I think mine never match up with what his reality is. So I don't know. I don't know if that's it. Like, oh, I had it played this way. I had him looking this way. But you think this one looks really good?
Excuse me. Yeah, I do. From what the clips that I've seen of it, yeah. But I can completely get what you're saying about Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be the master of horror.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a lot better authors out there who have wrote a lot better books, a lot better novels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But because it's Stephen King and I'm doing my little fingerprint thing,
Yes.
exclamation marks now because it's Stephen King, I think sometimes he gets away with some rubbish.
I agree. I totally agree. I like Dean Koontz and Dean R. Koontz. I really think that they are even better writers than Stephen King. I mean, I like some of Stephen King's books. There's a Stephen King book that is. They did make a little movie about it. Anyway, it's in a little town, and these things are flying down and like grabbing people, and then like I don't know, but it scared the shit out of me, and I loved it. And then he also does the Gunslinger series, but he does it under a different name. And it's called the Dark Tower series with the Gunslinger, which is a completely different genre. It's not scary. It's a science fiction future, but it has elements of the past in it. Because it's like, for instance, gunslingers are something from, cowboy, you know, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for, era of TV or movies or whatever. So, if you ever get a chance to read the Gunslinger series, they used to come out like every 7 years or something. And so I had read the first several, and then I had to wait 7 years and then 7 years. And by then I was like, fuck, I can't even remember the first one anymore.
Yeah.
And then they made the movie like 2 years ago. It had, I think it had Idris Elba in it. And I really like Idris Elba.
Yeah.
But in my mind, that's not who I pictured as a gunslinger. It also had Matthew McConaughey in it. And Matthew McConaughey, they should have switched roles in my imagination, in my movie. They would have switched roles. However, they were very good in their roles, but it wasn't the book, which it never is. Everybody on the planet knows that.
Yeah.
But I had really high hopes because I just loved the series so much. It's such a departure from Stephen King's normal stuff, which I feel like sometimes he just sits down and it's just he
Yeah.
just does something just to get it out.
Mm.
But this is really, really good. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like Dean Koontz. I like Graham Masterson. I like Sean Hudson as well. They're really, really good. And Graham Masterson does a lot. A lot of his books are based around the Native Americans, North American Indians, which is something that really, really interests me.
Right.
I think you'd probably like them as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
And he has.
Well, for most of my life, I was part Native American until I took a DNA test. Then I wasn't. I was Irish.
Yeah, which is quite a long way from Native America.
Quite a long way, yes.
But he does like a series, like a sort of 4 or 5 books that are in the Rook. They call the Rook. One of the main characters is called Jim Rook, and he's a teacher. And weird things happen to him, and it's good.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, I think you would really like them.
Send me that. Send me that name.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because I'll look it up. I have an Audible book that I need to get, so maybe I'll try that. Okay. Let's see. It's possible that The Gallows Act 2 comes out. And this says, produced for $100,000, The Gallows went on to make $42 million worldwide. The kind of profit ratio is something that any filmmaker would love to have. It's therefore no shock that a sequel is on the way. The Gallows Act 2 was filmed in secret, so the announcement of its existence in 2017 was a surprise. All we know about the plot is that it revolves around a young woman who is stalked by an evil spirit at the prestigious acting school where she's studying. There's no confirmed release date yet. Have you ever seen The Gallows 1?
No.
Me either. I've never heard of it.
No, it sounds good.
Yeah, it does. Okay. The Demonologist.
The Demonologist. It rings a bell, that.
It says The Demonologist has a plot that sounds delightfully bonkers. Okay. Brian Krause plays a detective investigating a series of slings. In the process, he discovers that a cult is planning to summer? They're going to summer here. Don't worry, they'll be gone by winter. Is planning to summon 4 king demons to destroy the world as we know it. Only he could prevent this from happening. That's the exact position I never want to be in. Do not ever make it only me can save the world, because I'll be like, I'm taking a nap. So it's supposed to debut. It says it debuted January 1st. So it's out there somewhere, guys. If you want to go look it up. I don't know.
It sounds like a remake of that film that I tried to get you to watch, but you never got round to watching it. Deliver Me from Evil.
Well, okay. Can we get that straight for a second? That's because where you watched it, it was free. I can't watch it for free.
Okay.
I still have it on my list on Amazon, so that it pops up as free. That's why I can't rent a movie, for God's sakes. I'll rent it, fine. You take me on. But you know what else I want to watch? The Missing 411. I no, I want somebody to watch that with me so we can talk about it.
Is that on Amazon as well?
Yeah.
See, I haven't got Amazon.
But you could if you had somebody's password, like me. I mean, that would be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we're not advocating that people do that.
No, of course not. But if you were on the phone with me, which is a lot of the time, and we both wanted to watch the movie, but obviously can't be in the same room together, what if we shared?
Yeah, we could do that.
And then we could do a podcast about it. I really, really want to.
Yeah, I will want to watch it as well.
Okay, well, let's do that. Maybe we can do that before you ask me on a date, and then tell me never mind.
Oh, you're such hard work. No wonder.
I know. No wonder my husband needed that 2-hour massage for Father's Day. just get me out of the house. Let's see. So there's going to be a sequel to It. There's going to be a sequel to It, and chapter 2 is going to focus on the children as adults. And Pennywise is hold on a second. Is set to terrify a stellar cast this time. So it's going to be Jessica Chastain, James McAvoy, who I like.
Yeah.
James Ransone, I don't know who that is. Bill Hader, who I like. Bill Skarsgård, I also like him. And that's supposed to come out in September.
Yeah, I saw the film. I'm going to try and go up the pictures to watch that.
Yeah. Maybe we can go together.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay. Let's
JD
see.
can go for a massage and we'll go and watch a film.
Well, yeah.
People are thinking, what are they talking about?
I know. Okay, here we go. So, this is called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And this is supposed to come out in August this year. So it follows a group of teens trying to solve the mystery of why so many people in their small town are unexpectedly passing away. Several up-and-coming young actors signed on for these roles, including blah, 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 blah. I don't know them. Michael Garza, Gabriel Rush. Michael Garza played in the Hunger Games. I think I do know him. And Moonrise Kingdom's Gabriel Rush. Oh, I like that movie too. So this is wait. Production on the film began in August, and it will be released in August. So what, a year ago?
Yeah, so
I
it's
think that
just
sounds good.
yeah.
I like those kind of movies,
Mm.
and I like scary stories to tell in the dark. So perfect.
Yeah, it's right up your street. That.
Yeah, right. That's right. Okay, so The Prodigy. Let's see. This was supposed to have been released on February 8th. This paranormal chiller casts Taylor Schilling as the mother of a young boy who has behavioral issues. She comes to believe that his actions might actually have a supernatural cause. And I might have seen the previews for this. The really exciting thing here is that The Prodigy is the newest effort from director Nicholas McCarthy. His previous films were called The Pact and At the Devil's Door, and are considered to be among the eeriest indie-style movies. I don't know.
It sounds.
Does it sound familiar to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds familiar to me too.
I mean, it's. Um. Yeah, it does sound. It does sound like something that I may have heard before or watched before. But I think that's the problem now with a lot of films. They are trying to reinvent the wheel, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's you just basically you start watching a film. I mean, how many times have you sat down to watch a film and thought, and there's no way you could have seen it before, but you
Right.
think I've seen this before.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, this storyline, the whole is just that's especially true with sort of horror films and scary movies
Yes.
because
Yes.
there's only so many ways. I think that's why when you get a good one like The Conjuring, like
Yeah.
Insidious, things like films
Yeah.
like that, which were all produced and directed by that James Wan,
Yeah.
um, you I think that's why they
You
do so
appreciate
well.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. As somebody who writes stories, it's very hard for me to not to to think of something that hasn't been done 1,000 times.
yeah,
And I always like to put a twist in there, and just in case somebody thinks, "Oh, this sounds familiar," I want at the very least my twist to not be what they thought they saw coming.
yeah.
Um, I don't think that I don't think very many of my stories um, are what stories that people have seen something similar to. I really, really try not to.
They're
Really
not.
try, and they're not. You don't think so?
No,
Thank you.
you're very unique.
Thank you. I
Your
really
story,
try not to.
yeah, the stories are very unique, and you're unique as well. But
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, good. Because whenever I start to write a story, I always think, have I ever seen a movie like this? Have I ever read a book like this? I don't want it to. I don't want it to be close to anything like anything I've ever seen or done, or read. So, so if somebody else isn't listening to it, thinking the same, like you just said, oh, I've seen this same plot 100 times.
yeah,
Okay, the next one is called Polaroid. Wait, and let's see. This was supposed to have been released in 2017, but it wasn't released. For some reason, it was abruptly pulled. Oh, but it was going to be released from the Weinstein company. So,
oh, that's why.
Harvey got in a little bit of problems over there. So, But the film about an old Polaroid camera with fatal abilities. Um, See, that's not really my kind of thing.
Oh, just thinking that myself.
That concept right there reminds me of what are those movies where you escape death and it finds you anyway?
Like The Ring.
Let's see, Josh, Josh, hey, what's the movie where you escape death but it finds you anyway? What's the series? What? Final Destination.
Final Destination, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of something kind of like that. Or that one where the guy sees something in the picture and then he dies.
Yeah.
Anybody? What is that movie? Um, he finds like some old slides that were from in his house.
It's got Kev. Uh, yeah.
I wonder if it's like something like that.
Sinister.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Sinister and Sinister 2, yeah.
Because that's a good concept, but not if you keep doing it with a bunch of different. Okay, here we go. 47 meters down. Now this is out already.
Yeah, it's about swimmers in it that get trapped.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh, this looks like it's a part two. This is a part two. 47 meters down was a sleeper hit in the summer of 2017. If you saw that shark attack thriller, you know that at least one of the main characters couldn't return for the sequel. The other one doesn't either. Okay. Right then, as the follow up, subtitled Uncaged, goes into a completely different direction. This time, 5 young divers in an underwater city discover an underwater city. Obviously, it's infested with sharks who are eager to snack on them. It's going to have Nia Long, John Corbett, who I really like, Corinne Fox, who's the daughter of Jamie Foxx, Johannes Roberts is the director of this one, and it's going to be coming out. Well, shoot. It says it was coming out June 28th.
well, the reason
So,
the reason they say uncaged, I think, is because in the first film they were trapped in a shark cage at the bottom of the sea.
oh, I see.
Something happened and it fell down sort of
Oh,
47
that's
meters,
right. That's
and
right.
so I think that's the reason why they're saying uncaged.
Ah, I like shark films
I
if they're
do,
done well.
but I think the problem is Jaws, the film Jaws, because it was
Yeah,
so
ruined it
good,
for everybody. Yeah.
ruined it for everybody. Yeah, even though the special effects are better. Have you the special effects are better? Have you seen the Meg with Jason Statham?
Yes, I just saw it.
That's good.
I thought that was good too.
I like Jason Statham. He makes me laugh.
we call do what we call Jason Statham. Every Jason Statham movie is that guy who steals a car, robs a bank. That's what it is. Oh, that guy who steals cars, robs banks. He's got another movie out. He steals cars, robs banks. Yeah, but this was not a robs bank or a steals car movie. And I like him too.
He used to be a dancer, you know.
He did.
Yeah, like Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was
I
not
can't
Wesley
stand Wesley.
Snipes. Jean-Claude Van Damme
Jean-Claude Van Damme was a dancer.
was a ballet dancer. Yeah, trained ballet dancer. Was
Bullshit. I call bullshit on you.
no. Well, look it up. Um, the power of Google, because if you look, it's very similar ballet, and the fighting scenes are very similar um, discipline.
Huh.
The kicking, the high kicking, and things like that. Yeah, he was
Yeah?
a Jean Claude Van Damme was a dancer, and so was Jason Statham.
I can't. Well, Interesting.
And I know you said you don't like Wesley Snipes, but
I hate him.
I'm a big fan of Wesley Snipes. I like the Blade films.
Do you
Wesley
know?
Snipes,
You won't be as soon as I tell you something about him.
well, like, he is a classically trained actor.
Wesley Snipes is?
He is, yeah. You can check that as well.
Hmm.
The power of Google.
I'm looking on Google right now. It's supposed to make me smart, but I'm not finding anything. Jason Statham's past as an oiled up dancer in music videos goes viral. Well, I can see what I'm going to be doing tonight. um, you know, I can't believe I just forgot her name. Um, oh, Rob, please don't let this be possible. How can I forget her name?
I don't know what you're talking about. So.
Okay, so she's an actress. She's very, very famous. She's very, very beautiful. She's cafe latte.
Tandy Newton.
No, older than her, I would say.
Oh, older.
Yeah, but no. Let me see. Did she play Catwoman? Is that possible?
Oh, Halle Berry.
Halle Berry dated Wesley Snipes, and she is deaf in one of her ears because allegedly he punched her so hard she lost her hearing. Allegedly. And she always said that that it happened because she was beaten. But then she finally said who it was, and it was allegedly Wesley Snipes.
She was
So
born in Liverpool. She was born in Liverpool,
was
in the
she?
UK. Yeah.
She is damn good looking.
A
She's
little bit
almost
like
perfect.
a little bit like yourself.
Well, thank you. Nothing at all like me. She's perfect. And I mean, yeah, she's perfect. Okay, moving right along. Well, that was a very interesting little trivia moment we had.
Yep.
And also Wesley Snipes doesn't pay taxes, so he got to go to prison. Meh, too bad. Anyway,
Well, can I just before we carry on,
yep.
the last Expendables film, you know, the ones with Stallone and
Mhm.
everybody else in Hollywood.
Everybody, every man of a certain age.
Yeah. Well, they
Mhm.
go and rescue Wesley Snipes,
Oh, do they? Oh.
and Jason Statham says, why were you in prison?" And Wesley Snipes says, "Tax evasion."
Oh shit.
Is that not rubbing the nose, isn't it?
Well, that's true. Okay, so Ma has already come out. Octavia Spencer is not the first person you expect to star in a horror movie, which is true. And that's precisely why she's doing it. The actress has the lead role in Ma, a Blumhouse production directed by her long-time friend Tate Taylor, who also made the movie The Help. That's funny, completely opposite. Spencer plays a mom who acts like a den mother to a group of teenagers, only to reveal some potentially troubling ulterior motives.
Oh yeah, I know which one you mean now. Oh, is it a
uh,
comedy?
no, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, but is it like a comedy horror?
I don't think so, no.
Because I've seen clips of it and it looks like a comedy horror.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't. It could be. I haven't seen clips of it that look like that, but I pretty much, as soon as I see that it's a horror movie, it pretty much goes right out of my field of vision.
I think it's a more slasher than horror.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yeah, I think it's a slasher film. This movie came out in January,
Yeah,
and it's Escape Room,
yeah.
which I actually wanted to see.
Mm.
Escape Room. Escape rooms have become something of a phenomenon over the past few years. I really want to do one really badly. You pay money to get locked into a room and then have an hour to follow clues and get out. So this movie puts a horror spin on that idea, having six strangers try to find their way out of one filled with dangerous booby traps. So I think this one actually looks good.
The only thing with it, for me, is that have you seen the film or heard of the film The Cube?
No.
Well, it's basically these six people who wake up in this cube, in this room that's obviously square, with hang on, let me see now. One, two, three, four. It's got a door on every wall. Has got a door. Ceiling,
Uh-huh.
floor has got a door. And each of the rooms that they go in, there could be potentially lasers or
Oh.
to kill them and things like that. Um, so I don't know, and they made a cube too, which was basically the same thing, but different people, because obviously it killed
Right.
off all the other people.
Right. Oh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. So I always think about that, and then it also it reminds me a little bit of Saw when I watch
Mm,
things like this. Yeah, because
right. Right.
and and like we were talking about earlier, after Saw the first Saw, it starts to
Mhm.
become a little bit. But the film could be brilliant. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the film could be absolutely amazing. But
Mhm. But on the other hand, it could be like a Saw sequel.
yeah, that's what it could end up like. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'll watch it when it comes to Netflix then.
yeah.
Okay. Um, The Grudge is being remade. Um,
Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar in it.
I don't think so, but you sound like you like her.
Oh, I like her very much.
Would you like me to wait a moment?
What do you mean a moment?
We were like, Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. I like her very much.
Yeah, I was a big Buffy fan.
I, I, yes, I figured that out just now. So the Grudge itself, the actual Grudge, was also a remake of a 2002 Japanese film called
Yeah,
Ju-On, The Grudge. So it's being made again, and but it's in the middle of a lawsuit, so it might prevent it from actually coming out this year. But how can you remake a film that was made in 2004? It's only 15 years old. Why would you remake it already?
we slightly remade the Ring, Rings with the guy,
Hmm.
and they've got the. I mean, you've got the guy that's in the film who stars in the Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
Um, the one with the glasses. He's playing like this dark.
is that
Um,
Johnny Galecki?
I think I'm not sure what his name is, but he's playing this dark character in the Ring. It's called Rings, and it just
Oh,
and it just I just kept. They really got the casting wrong. They cast it
mm,
all wrong,
mm-hmm.
um, and it wasn't very good.
Oh,
Do you know what?
well,
What gets? Sorry to interrupt you. What gets me? The Grudge, The Ring, all these films. It's got the same girl in it. with the white dress and the long black hair.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether she's crawling out of a well, whether she's crawling out of your telly, whether she's
Yes.
hiding in the attic, it's the same girl.
But I think it's because it's based on the Japanese folklore of that girl, right?
Well, yeah, no, but they need to jazz it up a bit and maybe pick
Jazz
someone
it
else.
up a bit. I love that. We're talking about horror films. Can we not jazz this shit up a little bit? Snappy. Um, some sort of a dance number, perhaps?
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme isn't doing anything. Okay. Jacob's Ladder, which was originally, didn't that come out in the 90s?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
to do. Yeah, I like that very much.
It says it came out in February. It was originally released in 1990. Jacob's Ladder starred Tim Robbins. I like Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
As a Vietnam War veteran. As a matter of fact, it's on. I think it's Netflix. It's either Netflix or Amazon right now. And I won't watch it because it was scary. And during the psychological process of disassociation,
Yeah.
separation from one's physical and emotional reality.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't a big hit, I think I watched it on like VHS or something
Yeah.
back in the day.
It's more of a cult film.
Yeah, yeah. 2019's Jacob's Ladder, starring Michael Ealy, is supposedly not a straight-on remake, but kind of an updated version. So it says it came out in February, but I didn't hear anything about it. Did you?
No, I didn't know anything about it at all.
Okay, well, if you guys did, let us know if you liked it. All right. In the Tall Grass.
No, I've not heard of that either.
This has a spooky picture of like, it looks like a cornfield with a girl in a blue dress, just barely, you can just barely see her, that's the kind of stuff that scares me. That alone right there makes me go, ooh. Okay, that's always my scary noise. I don't know if you've noticed. I go, ooh. It's not very scary. Vincenzo Natali, 2 guesses. He's Italian. Is an inventive horror director whose films include, here you go, Cube, and Splice. I think we can figure out what Splice was about. Having him tackle a story written by author Joe Hill and his famous father. Wait, what? By author Joe Hill and his famous father, Stephen King.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like a dream come true for genre fans. In the Tall Grass is about a brother and a sister who wander into a large, disorienting field after believing that they hear a child's cry for help coming from within. In the Tall Grass will be a Netflix production. The company has issued a press release date saying they will debut the movie sometime on their streaming service in late 2019. Why on earth, if you are an author and you are Stephen King's son, do you not call yourself Joe Stephen King's son? I mean, I'm just saying. I would. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
interesting.
I wouldn't want to be associated. I'd want to be. If Stephen King was my dad and I was an actor, I would want to be an actor in my own right.
Well, yeah, but he's a writer.
A writer.
So you'd want to be an actor in your own right. You wouldn't want to get a leg up because of who your dad was.
No, I'd want to be. I'd want it to be. I'd want it to be all my own doing. Whether I'm right,
Rob.
whether I'm a writer or what. Do you not agree?
Oh, hell no. If my dad's Elvis, my name is Tracy, Elvis's daughter. Hell yeah. I want to be able to get in that room and then stun them and amaze them with my own voice.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I get that they go, here's the thing. It's all bullshit. I'm not going to use my dad's name. I'm just going to go and do it on my own. But who the fuck do you think? Joe fucking Hill can't get a meeting with anybody as a
Yeah.
writer. You don't think his dad called up somebody and was like, hey, I know this really good writer. His name's Joe Hill. Can he come see you? And who's going to say no to Stephen King?
Yeah.
Somehow you still get a leg up, I think. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I think it's impossible. And if I was famous like that, and my kids were like, I want to do this all on my own, I want to do this all on my own, well, then they would do it all on their own. Like, I would not make a phone call.
Yeah.
Like, no phone calls to anybody. Hey, what's your daughter doing lately? Oh, I don't know. I never see her. She's dropped off the face of the planet. I don't know. And then do it on your own.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to do it on your own. It really is hard. So many people are trying to be authors or actors. I don't know.
What is it called? Nepotism, is it?
Yes. And I can understand, like, like, I can understand that people get angry about nepotism. Like, I have a fiery loathing for a woman who is on a TV show because of her last name. And I'm not even going to mention it because I don't want the hate comments. But believe me, I have a fiery loathing for her as she uses her last name as the period to every sentence. Hello, good
Okay.
morning, my last name. Oh, I went to Disneyland, my last name once, and I rode this my last name ride. And it really irritates me. So I can understand how people would.
Are we talking about someone who's very important in your country at the moment?
Um. Well, I
His
don't know if she's.
daughter.
Yes.
Right, okay. I think I know who you
Yes.
mean.
And so I just I don't know, Rob. Who knows? I'll never be in the position to make that choice. I would love to help my children out. If my child wanted to be a writer and I was Stephen King, hell yeah. I would help them out if they wanted me to. I would love that. Because people grow businesses to pass to their children. So, I don't, is this any different? I don't know. I'll help you though, Rob.
Oh.
In case you want to be an actor. Okay, but the point of the story is I think that's going to be a good movie. That's the kind of stuff that scares me. But then you put Stephen King's name on, I'm like, oh, God dang it.
Yeah. You have expectation, don't you?
Yeah. And because he was working on the movie, I know that I probably won't like it. Why does he do this to me? Why, Stephen? Why? Okay, moving along. New Mutants. Oh, this is Arya from Game of Thrones. In a perfect world, audiences would have seen New Mutants already. This horror-themed X-Men spinoff was originally supposed to come out in April 2018. The trailer was playing in theaters, and the posters were hanging in lobbies. Then, a month before the scheduled release, 20th Century Fox announced that it was bumping the movie back a full year and a half for reshoots to make it scarier. A new character was also written, so it was shitty, and now it's probably still less shitty, but has a new character in it.
Yeah.
I think they probably wanted to get in on that Arya being famous thing. So it's supposed to come out in August on August 2nd, but I don't know if your hope should be that high. Okay, number 7. Crawl. Most horror movies try to scare the heck out of you. Others embrace outlandish premises that have a hint of self-aware humor. Like that one you like, The House in the Woods, or where it's being I don't want to, the plot is that a bunch of people are in this house and there's people watching them from cameras.
Yeah.
I think that one is kind of one of those self-aware and kind of has bits of humor in it.
Yeah.
Crawl sounds like it's going to fall into the latter category. Produced by Sam Raimi, the film will star the Maze Runner's Kaya Scodelario as a woman trying to save her father during a Category 5 hurricane,
Ooh.
only to find herself trapped in a flooding house filled with alligators. Of course.
God.
You know, one shit happens at the same time. When it rains, it pours. Quite literally. So it's supposed to come out sometime this year. She's saving her father from a Category 5 hurricane, and then she finds herself filled in a house with alligators. That sounds like Tuesdays for me.
Yeah. And I'm not a big Sam Raimi fan.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Okay, here we go. Brightburn. Guardians of the Galaxy writer James Gunn has a knack for offbeat storytelling. His script for the upcoming Brightburn continues this trait by putting a dark spin on the Superman myth. Elizabeth Banks and David Denman.
Yeah.
Oh, it came out Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, he's a little kid. He's like an anti-Superman.
Oh, they adopt an alien infant that falls from the sky.
Yeah.
Rather than being a hero with superpowers, the child has evil tendencies.
Yeah,
That's what happened with my brother, Uncle Mike. That explains it. Autobiography. Okay. Well, that could be interesting. Okay. The Turning. There are 3 reasons to be excited about The Turning. Ready? First, it's made by Steven Spielberg's Amblin Entertainment. The second, it's a modern take on the classic Henry James novella, The Turning of the Screw. Okay. Last but not least, it has a seriously cool cast, including Blade Runner 2049's Mackenzie Davis and Stranger Things' Finn Wolfhard. The Turning was originally supposed to be released. See, when they do this, I go, was originally supposed to be released February 22nd. But Universal pulled it and put it back on a few minutes ago so it could give a spot to How to Train Your Dragon 3. Well, then can we really have that much hope for it?
No.
Yeah.
Straight to DVD.
Straight to DVD. Right to the back end of Netflix.
Yeah.
Happy Death Day to you. So Happy Death Day came out in 2017. And it's coming out again.
It is bloody rubbish.
Yeah, I even saw that movie. The sequel, Happy Death Day to You, finds the masked killer once again forcing the heroine, Tree, to repeat her final day, but also targeting everyone around her. It says it opened on Valentine's Day. Sorry, I missed that.
It's just a lazy film. It's just a lazy writing, lazy filming, lazy acting. It's just rubbish.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. That's exactly it. That's what I was trying to say 2 hours ago, probably, was when something is a big hit and you make sequels and sequels and sequels, it just becomes lazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Midsummer. And I feel like I've seen this somewhere, as in out, and it's spelled Midsommar. Midsummer. I don't know. The director, Ari Aster, made a huge splash in 2018 with his movie Hereditary, which earned rave reviews. His follow-up will be called Midsommar, and has the potential to be another winner. A lot about the movie is being kept under wraps, but we do know the story is about a young woman going on a trip with her boyfriend, and she's really like dressed in like turn of the century clothes, only to encounter something frightening in a small Swedish town. Um, A24, A24 will release midsummer, just as it did with Hereditary. So there's no official opening day yet. It's in post production, so it should be coming out real soon. I feel like I've seen it out. Okay. Oh God, no, not another one. Child's Play.
Oh no, can we skip that?
Yeah.
It's just, it's like an up to date version of the original.
Yeah,
Like
he's more high tech.
he's like a robot, like a robot
Oh,
sort of toy type.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's lazy.
lazy. That's not even getting up. That's just staying in bed.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
just beyond lazy.
Yes. And then there's Us, which has already come out. Comedian Jordan Peele, and it's so funny because I tried to get the kids to watch this the other night, but they told me they didn't think it was. They they said I had to watch Get Out first, but okay, well let's find out, shall we? Jordan Peele made one of his most incisive and acclaimed horror movies of recent times with Get Out. I started to watch Get Out, and I was so bored that about 25 minutes into it, I said, I think I will, thank you. Getting Out. His
Yeah,
follow
it's
up,
yeah.
entitled Us, comes out March 15th. So, yes, it has come out. Lupita, I can't spell her. I don't know how to spell her, pronounce her name. Lupita, um, Asian last name, and Winston Duke portray a couple who visit a beach house with their children and their good friend, Elizabeth Moss, who I am currently watching in Mad Men, like a drug addict. I have set Mad Men up as a needle in a bag, and I'm almost done with the whole series. It's ridiculous. The relaxing vacation comes to an abrupt halt with the arrival of some unwanted visitors. Beyond that, plot details are being kept tightly under lock and key. If it contains as many surprises as Get Out did, the less we know beforehand, the better. Maya saw Get Out. She said it was terrible.
Yeah, it's not a good film.
Okay, so I've heard good things about this movie, but, you know, I never know. So when I hear a lot of good things about a movie, I never like it. So,
See, the problem with films like this, originally you had The Strangers, who basically came into the house with masks on and terrorized everybody.
yeah, that scares me.
And then you had Purge,
Yes.
where you had like a night where you could basically do anything and kill who you wanted. And they've
Mm-hmm.
absolutely hammered that. They've made
Yeah,
sequel
Purge
after sequel.
23 or something.
Yeah. So the problem is when you read out the sort of synopsis to the film and you said that people turn up at the house and it
Mm-hmm.
makes me
Mm-hmm.
wonder if it's going to be a little bit like that.
Right.
So
Right. And last year's what was the name of that movie? Mother. When people turned up to that house.
yeah,
Yeah, I when I saw when I saw the previews for what'd you say it's called, The Strangers,
the strangers, yeah, yeah,
which is based on a true story.
yeah.
When I saw the previews for The Strangers, that's all I ever needed to see. If there's a mask, there's somebody on then the swing is swinging by itself. And then that's all. I'm like, okay, good, I saw it. Scared me. I don't need to see it anymore. Yeah, then Maya told me what the ending was, so thanks a lot.
So it's so much of a muchness, really.
Yeah. So that is it. That is the movies for 2019 as far as horror films go.
Well, there's some good ones there, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
That would you go out and spend your money? Would you spend your money going to see them? Because there's a lot, in my opinion, there's a lot there that aren't going to make it to the cinema.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think Annabelle 3 will be a big hit.
Yeah.
I think what was that one we were just talking about? Hold on a second. Oh, It too, obviously. It's gonna be a big hit.
That's going to be at the cinema, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
So, and I think probably just because his name is attached, that Steven Spielberg or Stephen King with the Sun one will probably do well because of, and it's a Netflix film. That'll probably do well just because of the names. So, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's been nice to chat about them. Really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm glad we did that. So, if you guys have seen these movies and you have opinions, go ahead and let us know. Also, as an update about the Exit Light Baby, I think he's coming home today.
Wow.
Yes, he has a procedure being done today, and if he does well for that, he gets to come home today. If he has a little bit of an issue, he'll come home tomorrow. If he comes home tomorrow, he'll have been in the NICU for 100 days, and he'll get a crown. My opinion is, if he's been there for 99 days, give him the crown.
I know.
I'm going to call and be like, give him his crown. But he's doing very well, and oh my God, I just love him so much. And also, as a completely different note, if you are not already, you'd like to be, please go ahead and subscribe. I should have told you already to please, if you would like to, hit that like button.
Yeah.
And if you want to be notified when content goes up, click that bell, and then you'll notice that somewhere on your screen will come options to be notified every time, sometimes, hardly ever. Keep clicking until you get the choice you want. I wouldn't want you to miss out if you want an every time, but for some reason it clicks a hardly ever. So that would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. Rob and I have groups on Facebook. If Rob would like to tell you about that, because he does a lot of work to keep that up. Really great job. So if you'd like to do that, Rob.
Thank you. There is the Exit Light group, and there is the supernatural, paranormal and supernatural world, which, to be honest, if you just go to the Exit Light group, really, because they mirror each other, so you're probably going to get the same content from both of them. So the Exit Light probably group is the better of the two now.
You're gonna love it because he does everything from horror films, recent, past, classic, to horror stories and horror, paranormal news type of things. If you like paranormal horror, that type of thing, you're gonna love all the stuff he puts into it, and I really appreciate it. And he gets paid in love.
Yeah.
Lots. So I had a great time, Rob. Thank you.
No, thank you.
And I will. Well, I'm sure I'll be talking to you again soon.
I'm absolutely certain of it.
And if the Exolite baby gets to come home this week, maybe well, I don't know if Jory's gonna have any sleep or not. But if he does, maybe he can pop in and say hi and give us an update.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, and start to do
Some podcasts
some
again.
podcasts again. Yeah, and then you and Jeremy are going to be doing a podcast.
Yep.
And that'll be fun. And I also have an idea for a podcast that I will discuss with you.
And hopefully we're going to be going live soon.
Yes, and the problem that we were facing and it was causing us to not be able to go live has been fixed. So
Yay.
I do believe we'll be having live podcasts coming soon, which I am really looking forward to because I love it.
Yes, me too.
All right. Well, good night to everybody, and good night to you, Rob.
Good night or good morning.
Yeah, good morning. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.